Dun, dun, dun.
Going live any second.
Hopefully. I don't know. Here it goes. Wait for it. Wait for it. It's so exciting. Oh, there we go. We should be on YouTube.
And
we are live. Hello, people. How are you doing? Oh, and kill the volume. I always forget to do that. That's can't get the stuff. Hey guys, how are you doing? Welcome to the Tangent Show live from San Diego. Yeah, are we live for San Diego today?
Where are we today?
We're at a Hello Kitty wedding today.
Wait, Hello Kitty wedding?
Yeah, why not? They all will become revealed.
Oh, okay. All right.
Actually, maybe not.
Maybe not.
Hey guys, how are you doing? I'm so glad you are joining us. Oh, there's Sheila. Hey, Sheila.
Hi, Sheila.
Cool. So we have a whole bunch of things to talk about today. Like way too many things. You have an announcement, a tangent template announcement.
Yeah, I'll start that.
What is the new and exciting thing
quick
in the world
update to tangent templates. I have added a new trim size for all 48 of our static templates.
You crazy person.
So yeah, it was a bit of work. Now you can any of our 48 static templates are now available in A4.
Whoa.
Trim size, so that's really cool.
Cool.
That's also available in the builder tool, so you can mix and match any of our templates, our 48 static templates, mix and match to create your own unique interior PDF, and then you can download it at A4 or any of the other 15 trim sizes.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
So a lot of people have been asking, especially from Europe and the UK, where A4 is pretty much the standard. Like, I had to get used to this like wacky US letter size. Like, what is this? No, I'm sorry. I love you Americans. I've been here a very long time.
It's a good size.
It's a good size.
Yeah.
But yeah, A4 is the standard across the sea. So that's put in A4.
So A4, it's a little bit longer and a little bit shorter. So, or the width is shorter and the length is longer. So that's the difference.
So basically, like A4, we support all the standard sizes that are in KDP. So whatever size book you want to make, that's a little book or big book, you can do that with Tangent Template.
Yes.
Yay!
And also the dynamic templates will be coming soon. I'm actually working on that. That takes a little bit longer.
Whoa.
So all across the board, we will support A4 for here on out from every single PDF you can download.
And do we have more things in the works for Tangent Templates?
Yes.
We do. There's a lot of things coming. So Tangent Template fans, keep your eyes peeled. I hate that expression, keep your eyes peeled. It's kind of creepy. But yeah, no. So we're planning lots of things. We're working on a lot of things for Tangent Templates. It is growing every day. Still the best tool for KDP. We've launched it exactly a year ago, actually.
Yeah, about
the end of
ago.
April.
Yeah.
So we've just hit our first anniversary with Tangent Templates.
It's changed so much.
It's been a crazy year.
It really has.
Did you see that awesome post earlier? Oh my gosh, let me see if I can find it actually. There was a lady and she made such a nice comment. I don't want to shout out her name because it was in our closed group. But what did she say? Hold on, I've got it. Just say nice things to the people.
Yeah, sure. So let's see here. Hi everyone. Let's see. There's a quick question. I wonder if you will sell templates for coloring pages. Probably not.
Wow, blood. No, I can't use the new Facebook. You see, I can't even find my own Facebook page because they updated it. Oh, there we go. I've got it. Okay, so this really nice lady, she left a comment today, and she said, this is what she said: KDP gives anyone with an internet connection, a computer, and an imagination to express themselves freely and make money from it, and hopefully enough to eventually live on. And then this is the really cool bit. She said, I was told at school I was no good at art and should never pursue it. But here I am designing my own covers, publishing low content books. KDP is a gold mine and this group is amazing. Thanks, Katharyne and Isaac.
That's awesome.
Isn't that cool? I love stories like that.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Especially when people are told, people are told so much stuff at school. By teachers, by evil teachers. Don't get me on my soapbox about evil teachers, but teachers say stuff, and the things that teachers say kind of stick with you.
But what are some of the things teachers have told
teachers
you?
have told me everything. Teachers have said so many terrible things about me. Like if you look at my school reports, they're just full of just Katharyne crazy. Well, not crazy, but like Katharyne lacks attention. Is a big one.
Attention.
Lacks attention. Katharyne has a very vivid imagination. It's another one. which you've said to me a few times.
That's true.
Katharyne is a walking disaster area. That's I think that's the one that really stuck with me. It's like, oh my gosh,
you would say that to a little kid.
Mr. Gillingham.
Oh, never forget.
Mr. Gillingham said I was a walking disaster area. He's dead.
Oh, okay.
So I found out he was dead, and I was like, oh. Actually, I kind of felt bad. I feel bad about anyone being dead, but yeah, he did say that, so that wasn't very nice. Right. Anyway, let's move swiftly on and not talk about Mr. Gillingham. So, okay, A4 update. Yay, awesome time. Oh, we had a really awesome week.
We did.
So what did we do this week, Isaac?
We started our first improv class in a really long time.
A really long time. Yeah. So, for those of you who don't know the story, we actually met like 9 years ago now.
About 9 years ago.
Oh, yeah. In an improv class.
Yeah.
And we did, oh my gosh, we were brand new to improv. We both were trying it out. And we had to do our first scene, and you were a rock star and I was your fangirl.
Yes, it was so, oh my gosh, that was so trippy. And like the very first scene, we got stuck together. We were
together. It was pretty much the first scene of our whole improv. This is like 9 years ago.
Yeah.
And neither of us really knew how to do improv. So you were just like, yeah. And I was like, ah! And you were like, who's this scary British girl that's screaming at me?
I know.
And I continued to scare you for many months.
To this day.
Wait, what?
Nothing.
So anyway, we started improv again, and oh my gosh, we had an amazing time.
Yeah, it was really, really cool.
We like started from the bottom at level 1 again, and we were doing zip zap zop.
So it's been about 6 years maybe since. So we did improv hardcore for about 2 years. We went, we started in San Diego, then we went to LA and got just really involved with it. It's so much fun. If you
did like Second City and Comedy Sports, and yeah, it was so much fun.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. I mean, if there's an improv, any type of improv teaching in your local area, I highly recommend it. You check it out, just because it'll really get you out of your shell and get you thinking creatively.
Improv is kind of life-changing. Like if you've never done anything like it before.
Yeah.
And it was funny because a lot of people at the improv class, they were talking about Toastmasters.
Oh, yeah.
And we went to a Toastmasters class and we were like, me. And everyone, and not to diss Toastmasters, because I do think they do a good job in like teaching people public speaking
and teaching you to brag about yourself.
But gosh, it's boring. It's really boring. You just sit around and like a bunch of people are like, oh, hey, I'm going to give a presentation on the benefits of like sprockets in the automotive industry. And you're like, oh God, okay. And you have to listen to everyone's talk, and then you go, yay! And then you give your talk on sprockets in the automotive industry. But improv though, it's like freaking awesome. You jump around and you do. We were hypnotists. So
yes.
No, I'm hypnotizing you. There you go. Oh, you're terrible. So anyway, go do improv. Seriously, it's really life-changing. Cool. And I think there's 2 things that I really love about improv that you can put into everything that you do. And I just forgot what those are. No, the first
next
one.
Section.
No, the first one is. It makes it okay to make mistakes.
Yes.
Because if you jump up and you do something that's not funny, or you do something stupid, everyone still claps and goes, yay! And it's still hilarious. Like it teaches you to own your mistakes, use your mistakes, and not be bummed out about them. And I think in business, that's super important because you have to try things out. And
you're going to make mistakes.
You can't be afraid to put your brand out there, your products out there, yourself out there. Like I see people say things like, hey, I made this book, but I'm scared to market it because what if people don't like it? Or what if I get a bad review? Or like, it's like, or what if it gets a return? Like that's the one I never understood. Like I made this product, but I don't want to sell it in case someone returns it. And it's like, well, you got to put it out there. Like you won't get returns unless you're getting sales. So I don't know. A return sales better than no sale ever.
That's true. At least someone was interested.
Making mistakes, I think, is a big one. Hi to Linda. She says perfection's a myth. Hi to Sparkle, Mary, Jacqueline, and Amber. Yay. Oh, did I say? Oh, and I did say Mary. And the other thing I really liked in the class. Let me think now. There was a couple. Oh, the other thing I really like about improv is make people look good, make other people look good. And just, I think that's such a cool thing of just everyone kind of works together and has a super positive outlook.
Yeah.
And gosh, it's really nice being in an environment where everyone is kind of supporting each other and just working together to make an awesome scene. So
yes, it's really, really cool.
So okay, yeah, go do improv. That's our take for, and also it's just fun, and it gets you up and about and making friends, and like I think you automatically make friends if you go and do improv.
Yeah, it'd be really hard not to. Yeah, especially if you're actively participating in everything. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so we have lots of things to do. We have our contest coming up. Let's hold on a moment on the contest to make sure everyone's joined us. We've got some crazy stuff going on in the group. We've got a contest thread running. We're going to call out a winner a little bit later in the show. But oh my gosh, we had 500 entries.
Oh my gosh.
It was just under 500 entries.
Oh my gosh.
Which is crazy. I think that's probably the biggest contest we've had in the group. We hit 9,000 members. Oh, Barbara says that she was in Toastmasters and it was awesome, but she had very entertaining members.
Oh, that's cool.
Who were charged with being funny and interesting and not doing boring business topics. Oh, well, that's good to hear. I think we may have just
maybe we had a bad,
or maybe it was just us.
Maybe it was us.
We have a very short attention. I particularly have a very short attention span, as you can imagine. But I've kind of made it work. It's like, it's one of those things of like the teachers are like, Katharyne has a very bad attention span. It's like, okay, well, that's good because now I can do, you know what I hate? Oh my gosh, stay in your lane. So Kim Kardashian is now my spirit animal. Do you know why?
Why is Kim
Because
Kardashian?
she went on a rant about people telling her to stay in her lane because she's becoming a lawyer now. And I think that's awesome. It's like, okay, why can't she be a lawyer? People are like, you should just stay in your lane and just focus on your butt and just be famous for your butt. And she's like, no, I'm going to be a lawyer. Like, oh my gosh, I think stay in your lane is like the worst advice.
Yeah.
But no, because it's like, I don't know, if I'd stayed in my lane, I'd still, I don't know, be at a yard sale. I mean, I still do go to yard sales, so I can't really talk about it, but I've done lots of other things too. So it's like, I don't know, you got to keep trying things. And
yeah, you got to keep trying new things, keep moving.
Now I want to go to a yard sale. Maybe tomorrow. We need some patio furniture.
Okay.
Bright and early. We can do this. Okay, so let's move on. Oh, so we've got niche hunting coming up. We've got a lot of cool stuff. We've got Nerd Corner. Mm-hmm. You're talking about the F8 Facebook Developers Conference. Yeah. So that's pretty exciting. There was lots of cool things came out of that. Oh my gosh, you wrote like 3 pages about the Facebook. I'm just looking at all our notes now. And
I barely even scratched the surface. It's a 3-day event, and there's just all kinds of things was mentioned.
Wow. Okay. Oh, hi to Melinda and Barbara. Oh no, we said Barbara, and there was other Barbara, Barbara Glenwinkle as well. So yay, hi people. Okay. Oh, where are we at? Okay. So let's start with, let's do the contest. Okay. And get that done. Because otherwise I'll be like, oh my gosh, and it would be terrible if I forgot. Okay, so in the fabulous My Little Pony mug, we have 500 bits of paper. They are very, very small, and there are a lot of them. Yeah. And we got our children to chop them up, which was awesome. Because we still do things the old-fashioned way, I guess. Why haven't you made a script for us to like pull out a winner?
You know, every time I tell myself I'm going to do it, and then after we do it, I forget, and I move on to something.
Fair enough, that's legit. So, okay, so we have a contest running. We ask people, what is the best thing about KDP? What is your favorite thing about KDP? Now, for those of you who are joining us and are like, oh, what's KDP? KDP is Amazon's publishing service. It allows you to make ebooks or paperbacks. And we're really excited about paperbacks. We make lots of paperbacks. Things like Isaac's cool Destruction is Inevitable book. Things like this notebook that I've shown a million times that I made with NASA pictures. Oh, things like this awesome book that Mina Hyros made that mentions me. Yay! Thank you, Mina. Women who inspire me. I don't feel very inspirational. That makes me laugh. But yay. So yeah, we make a lot of KDP books. They're paperback books. What a lot of us are doing is making low content and blank books. Mm-hmm. So things like anything from notebooks and journals to guided journals to planners to all kinds of things. So that's what we've been working on. And our product Tangent Templates, which we keep plugging, is the leading tool on the market for creating low content books. And it's very cheap. It's $59, a one-off payment, no subscription, which is just crazy in today's climate. And people keep messaging me saying, can you put your prices up? Why don't you put your prices up?
So many people. It's like,
okay, no, but thank you. Yeah. So that's what we're doing, and we keep working on that. So it's a great deal. So anyway, we asked people, what is the best thing about KDP? 500 people almost left a response. They're all in this mug. And Isaac, would you like? Oh, and the winner.
Yeah, what's the prize? Yeah,
I should probably say what I'm like the worst marketer ever. Like seriously. So the prize is a $50. Itri says I'm wearing typical Moroccan dress.
Oh.
Yeah, we're kind of into Moroccan things.
Oh yeah.
You're all about the tea.
Moroccan tea. I love Moroccan tea. I drink that on a daily basis. Yeah.
It's true, you do actually. You're all about the tea. So the prize is a $450 everything bundle.
Whoa.
So actually, individually, all of the components of the everything bundle are actually worth way more than that, because it includes Curate, which is our famous digital product class. Print on demand, any kind of digital products, basically anything where you don't have to handle inventory, but you can make money off it. Curate teaches you to do all of that. All of those things on a variety of different platforms, on Gumroad, on Etsy, on KDP, on Merch. All of those platforms we cover in Curate. So it includes Curate. It includes Cultivate, which is our marketing and branding course, which is huge.
Yes.
Huge.
And super important for 2019. Super,
for brand building. Yeah, I think people should take a look at Cultivate actually, because it was a little bit ahead of its time, I feel, when we released it. But Cultivate is a really cool course. If you go to the website at cultivate.katharyne.com, there's actually a full curriculum, so you can see exactly what's in there. But it walks through things like identifying your audience, creating a brand, creating the visuals for your brand, finding your brand's voice, creating a product range on different platforms, even things like providing services like consulting, coaching, public speaking is in there. All of those things we talk about in Cultivate. So it's a huge course. It's well worth a look. That's also included in the everything bundle. Yeah. We also include Tangent and Magic Formulas, which is our creativity suite and course that goes through how to create systems that you can make money from. Things, and by systems, I mean things like Weight Watchers, KonMari, anything that kind of has gamification elements in there, sort of cool names, cool ideas that you can turn into a wealth of products. That's all in Magic Formulas. What else is in the everything bundle? We've got coloring books is in there, selling and sexual wellness. That's our adult product course. That's a good one too. That is, I like that course. I want to do one like that for KDP.
Oh yeah,
I think that would be pretty cool to do, because honestly, I'm doing a lot of adult books on KDP, and they're kind of outselling a lot of our other books.
Yeah,
I'm doing low content adult books, and they're doing. You
gotta find your niche.
Yeah. And it's a fun niche. It's kind of fun making those books. Not for everyone, but I think they're kind of fun.
Also includes T-shirt revolutionaries.
Oh yeah, how can I forget that one? Shirt Rev, T-shirt revolutionaries is in there, which is a huge merch course.
Yeah,
it's not just merch.
No, it's just t-shirts design in general. And I have a huge Photoshop course in that
it's awesome. So, that course is worth it just for your Photoshop course, which is in there, and it takes you from beginner to advanced.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's all in the everything bundle. So we sell the bundle for about $450. We don't sell it very often, usually for ASD special occasions. But you can message me if you're interested in it. Message me, and we'll sort something out. But yeah, so the winner is going to get the everything bundle. Oh, and a $50 Amazon gift card.
Hey,
which means that the total value of this prize is well over $500. So, okay, are we ready to draw a winner? So you had to say what the best thing is about KDP.
Okay, let's
see
here.
No looking.
No looking.
Dun, dun, dun. And only get one.
So many.
Only pick one. Pick one.
I got one. I got one. Let's see.
And the winner is, can you read it? Can we read it? It is Clara Shea. Clara Shady. I think that's how you pronounce it. Oh no, it's either Clara or Kiara. I'm not sure if it's Clara or Kiara.
It's not going to pick up.
But I'll tag you in the group. She says, I love that it makes it possible for ordinary dreamers like me to see their crazy made-up words in print all around the world.
That's pretty awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I'm loving this. We got people from Morocco and Poland watching right now. Yeah. So we've got a lot of people from around the world who are making books.
You know, I know one thing. I know when I first submitted my very, very first book, it was actually through CreateSpace, which is kind of like a precursor to KDP before they merged. And I remember getting, ordering the proof and just getting a physical copy, thinking to myself, wow, I designed this myself. Like, it's a physical book.
It's pretty exciting.
The cover, the interior, everything. I was just, I don't know. It's so exciting.
And seeing the listing on Amazon as well. You're like, whoa, I'm on the biggest marketplace in the world. My book is on Amazon. It's live. It's right there.
Yeah, it's just, you just get a huge dose of like dopamine.
So anyway, big congratulations to Kiara Shea. I will message you. So congratulations. That's a huge prize. That's awesome. So shall we move on to Nerd Corner?
Yeah, Nerd Corner.
I think we've got a lot to talk about Nerd Corner. I can do a share. Let's see. I can share. Oh wait, let me change technology. Okay, hold on. There it is. It is.
You know what you're gonna share this time?
Yeah. I'm gonna share. There it is.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, here we go. Hopefully, I'm sharing it correctly. There we go. So this is F8.
F8. So Facebook had their annual developers conference, and is that the right one? Let's triple check. Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. And so this one is real exciting. I had a personal interest in watching this as a consumer. And so I will talk about that in a second. But so they've talked about some updates they're making to Facebook and all their associated platforms that Facebook, the corporation, owns. So Facebook itself is going to be getting a new redesign. You've probably seen it on the app.
Yeah, it's gone white on the app with the little blue Facebook logo. So they've lost the blue bar at the top now.
Yeah, so coming for a more clean design, and they're going to be emphasizing groups and events more.
So groups is now a big icon at the bottom of the app.
Mm-hmm.
And when you click on it, it really displays groups in a really different way. And it's going to look different on the computer as well, on desktop. But they haven't rolled that out yet. But it's pretty interesting what they're doing. They're really putting the emphasis on groups.
Now, me personally, I actually don't use Facebook on a personal level anymore. Hardly,
really?
Very rarely. Yeah, 90% of my time is spent in groups, and most of that time is spent in our specific groups that we moderate very, very heavily. So it's kind of interesting to see that happening. Their marketplace is getting an update, so they're going to somewhat stepping over, talk about staying in your lane. They're kind of stepping on Amazon toes here.
That's interesting. And I think they actually use it, that I've read that in a few places, that they're really looking at competing with Amazon by adding payment
and shipping. That's the big one, shipping.
Whoa.
So
see, I hope I keep trying Facebook Marketplace, but I always feel there's a lot of like people just selling tamales and stuff on there, and
I personally, as an old school web guy, I feel like Facebook, they are very much trying to replace Craigslist.
See, not that I have an issue with people selling tamales, but I'm just you can't really flip tamales or like.
At my last company, there was a guy who used to sell us tamales. And he would just like he would sneak into the building. So I'd be sitting at my office, I'd be coding, and it'd be an open office. So I have other developers with me, and we'd be focused coding, working on our thing. And then some like dude would walk in, hey, tamales? And we'd be like, huh? Who said that? Oh, you. Yeah, would you like tamales? No, for the 10th time. It's okay. We brought our own lunch.
Didn't you like make a pop-up?
I did. So a coworker, what I did was I was feeling creative. I go, hey, can you check out this new page? I just needed to look at it really quick. And he says, sure, man. So he looks at it, and I put a little timer script. So after about 5 seconds, a pop-up version of the dude shows up saying tamales. He's just like, what?
That's pretty funny. By creative, you'd be bored.
Yeah, bored. Yeah. So it's
Awesome. What else is happening with Facebook? Tell us more.
So the Instagram. Now let's move on to Instagram. They're going to be getting some new camera features. They're going to have a new create mode, which is kind of interesting with create mode because they're going to allow quizzes and things to happen. So
they're kind of BuzzFeeding it up.
It kind of seems that way. It does. They're testing a new feature to make it, quote, less pressurized. And basically,
pressurized.
That's the word they used. And so they say people feel they're getting anxiety on how many likes they get. Especially influencers.
You can understand this.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I hope people like my post. I hope they did,
it's like the one guy that keeps like thumbs downing on videos. Yeah. And it's like, oh no, I'm so sad. What will I do?
We get people that follow us, they for some reason, it's always like 2 or 3 people that give us a thumbs down. And when they forget, we kind of feel like we did something wrong. Like, hey, we didn't get our thumbs down. I kind of miss that guy. Where's that guy that like hates it so much that feels a need to thumbs down all our videos?
Yeah, it's kind of like, okay, maybe we should like talk more about our videos and publicize them more so that the thumbs down guy doesn't miss it. Yeah,
it's pretty funny.
Like, come back and give us our thumbs down.
I know. So basically they're gonna hide the number of likes that you see.
What a weird world, though, where like people feel pressured by how many likes they're getting on Instagram.
It's really weird. I know. And so they're expanding features to let people buy from inside the app, and they're going to have like a shopping channel, and then they're having what's called shopping tags, where influencers can have a tag, and when you click on that tag, it sends you to a place where you can buy the product directly in Instagram.
I heard about that. So you can literally buy direct from an influencer on Instagram.
Yes.
That's pretty interesting.
That's pretty gold. I mean, that's something very, very within the zeitgeist.
Can I just say something about influencers? Because I feel like when we talk about influencers and when people talk about influencers, everyone kind of pictures like vapid, like pretty girls, like just posing and wearing sunglasses.
Kim Kardashian.
She's yeah.
Her posing.
Well, she's like a lawyer now. So respect to the Kardashian. But I don't think that I think if you're thinking of influencers just in that way, that might not be the most helpful approach if you're selling products. If you're like creating products or creating services and selling those, influencers can be all kinds of people. Like they can be people who like teach people how to train dogs. Or they can be people who teach you how to quit smoking, or like there are all kinds of influencers, educators, people online who talk about things or have a brand. So like influencers don't even necessarily have to be a person. They can be a brand or a product.
Yes.
Like, oh my gosh, like we were talking the other night about the dispensaries and the playlists that they do. So wait, did I put a note about this? I had a thought about this. I wanted to talk about curating. Oh, yeah. So I think one of the things that's really interesting that a lot of people are doing is curating content. So this, I was going to talk about it in niche hunting. I was going to talk about Flipboard, which is, in fact, let's do that. Let's can we take a tangent?
Yeah, we're going to take a break on the FA.
Wait, let's talk about. Sorry, I didn't mean.
Sure, no problem.
Let's take a break from FA and we'll come back to it in a moment because I just want to go on a little tangent. Let's talk niche hunting for a minute.
Sure.
So I'm going to share. Oh my gosh, I got too many buttons to press. Okay, let's share this. So our niche hunting for this week is Flipboard. Flipboard.com. Now you're a fan of Flipboard.
I have. I used it from day one. It was originally released on the iPad. So it's really cool.
So Flipboard is interesting because what it lets you do is curate news stories and information into a magazine. So you can browse through it to find popular news, popular articles. But what I love, if you go to What's Your Passion, it lists the various topics that you can follow. And it tells you exactly how many people are into that topic. So you really get a good feel of who's that guy in the background? I know it's a wedding. See, that's oh wait, I have to duck out. Oh gosh, I knocked everything over. There you go. That's the bride and groom at the wedding.
Yes, we're their witnesses.
You can see that we're using our really glamorous IKEA chair. we'll ignore that. So if you look at What's Your Passion and scroll down, you can see there's all these, you can see how many people are following these. So you can see there's things like Tiny House Movement. Now that's a bit smaller. It's only got 78,000 people reading, but that's actually still a big number.
Yeah.
But if we click on this, that one doesn't do it. Hold on, let's do What's Your Passion? Sure. So if we click on something like business, what I love is that it breaks it down further into smaller categories and subcategories. So we could do something like celebrity. and it breaks it down. Red carpet, royal family, celebrity chefs. And this is awesome because if you're like putting together books or planners or something like this, you could just pick the category you like. If it's business, you can make a journal for each business topic. So you could do like a cryptocurrency log. Like let's say you do some kind of business log or tracker. You could do one for cryptocurrency. You could do one for real estate people. Like there's all kinds of ways to niche your books or your products, whatever it is you're making, based off of these categories. So I love that they have these subcategories. That's one thing I really like. But also it's just really cool for actually just going and finding like street style beauty. That's kind of fun.
It's natural beauty.
I can't. There we go. So then what you can do is add all of these articles to a magazine you like, which is kind of interesting. So I am logged in. So let's say I want to add this to my magazine. I can flip that into Happy Stories. And I have a magazine here. If I go to my thing, there we go. I have my recipes that I like. So I was doing like British and Italian recipes that I thought were nice. So what you can do with this is curate information into a magazine, and then you can get followers. So I've only just started using Flipboard, so I don't really have any followers. If I go and look, oh, I do. I have 12 followers. Who are these people? So yeah, you get followers, you create magazines. And what I wanted to talk about very briefly, which is kind of what led me into this, is the idea of curating content for your followers. Like, I think it's really cool to curate content. And I think people are getting known now as content curators.
Yes.
And I think this is especially prevalent in music. So we were talking about this. We were like, because we write music sometimes, and we write and we record music. And we were thinking about this. We were like, okay, if we had an album or we had a single that we wanted to put out there today, what would be the best way to get some airplay? And it's weird because in the old days, and I used to work in radio when I was in my teens, I worked at a couple of local radio stations, and we used to get so many CDs in the mail, just like, please review this, please play it on your station. I want to hear what you guys think about our song. And now I feel radio stations don't quite have the impact they used to because everyone's listening online. So I feel like the best way to get your music heard is to actually contact people on Spotify who create playlists. And one of the things I've noticed is there's a lot of businesses, and particularly dispensaries, particularly in California, cannabis dispensaries curate a lot of playlists.
Yeah, now we mentioned in the past shows that we believe the cannabis industry, those businesses are way ahead of the curve
because they're employing huge advertising agencies. Yeah, like they're spending so much on advertising, so they kind of are a good place to watch because they know where it's at, and they have good taste in music, and they have cannabis. But you know, so I think playlists. I think Spotify playlist creators are a great person to contact if you have music that you want to promote. So this kind of goes back to influencers not being necessarily pretty girls on Instagram. Influencers are people who are curating good stuff, people who have good taste.
Yes.
And I think that's the thing with like Flipboard, with Spotify. You get people following you because you have good taste. And so that's something that I really think is worth sort of thinking about. That influencers aren't necessarily people. They can, like,
that's interesting.
In my mind, the dispensary isn't just selling their own products. They're not just doing that, but they're actually promoting music. They can
is it like anything that like promotes or supports a culture?
Yeah,
like a subculture.
Yeah, so I feel like now, and this is something we've talked a little bit about in shows in the past, is that there's this huge overlap now of product, service, influencer. Like a lot of people don't just do, like I feel in the past you'd be like, I don't know, what does McDonald's do? Okay, it just sells burgers. But now it's like there's like a whole culture attached to any company, any business. They have a website. They have fan clubs on Facebook. They have people commenting. Like Wendy's had a whole Tumblr where they were like people making jokes.
Their writers are great. Their Twitter account, oh my gosh, like they'll burn their competitors. Like it's funny when they get in like a spout with like Burger King or someone else. Yeah.
So they create a whole culture around their product and around their service. And I think this is why it's a really good idea to look for partnerships as well, with like non-competing products, services. Find a business that has a similar audience to you, and you can like do co-promotions with them. Like there's a lot of directions you can go. Okay, I totally hijacked.
No, that was a good niche hunting. It was a good little. The other cool thing about Flipboard, I think I used them probably about 8 to 9 years ago, maybe even longer. It was one of the first iPads came out. Anyways, I signed up for them. I don't use it anymore because, you know, I lost that original iPad that had the app on it. But I still get emails from my feed that I created 10 years ago. So it's still technology feed. So it's like a curated feed that they kind of helped me curate this list. And to this day, I still get emails of that list. And I don't need to change it because it has everything I still like on it. So not much has changed.
Wow, you just follow the same stuff.
Yeah. So all right. So let's back to F8. So we're talking about Instagram. Okay, they're going to add donation stickers.
That's interesting.
So that's kind of interesting.
Wait, who are the donations for nonprofits?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I'm kind of curious what they're going with that. Like, are they going to do like a Patreon thing, or is this going to be like an actual nonprofit organization thing?
Oh, that's interesting.
I'm not really sure yet. And then I mentioned the shopping tags. Messenger. I'm actually excited about this. They are going to be getting a dedicated app on the Mac and the PC.
Oh, that's interesting. Wait. Oh, Messenger. Isn't there a Messenger app?
There's a Messenger app on your phone, but if you're on your desktop, you got to go to like messenger.com.
Oh, okay.
But they're going to have just a native application, very similar to like a Discord app or a Slack app
I don't like Facebook's Messenger. I lose messages all the time.
I think a native app is going to solve a lot of the problems because I think having an actual application gives them a bit more. They can put a lot more into the platform itself, as opposed to just relying on the browser.
See, my issue is with pages, because I have a lot of pages. And then my problem is that people send me messages on pages, and it can be really hard to find your inbox for each page. Like if you're doing business.facebook, it can be a pain in the neck just keeping track of all your pages and the inboxes, because each page has its own inbox. Yeah. So it's like, oh, where are people? And then what happens? I see the messages on my phone, and then I can't even find them on my phone. I have to get on my computer, and it may be me being.
I was going to say, I don't know. It might. I think most people might not have that issue. Well, that, and you're a part of a lot of groups. You have a lot of pages. You do a lot of work on Facebook.
Oh, Facebook did a nice thing. They sent me. They said, thanks for being a group admin, and they gave me a frame, and it's really funny. It has like purple hands just doing that and confetti. I'm like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to use this frame, but thank you, Facebook. It was pretty funny. I don't know. Facebook are really pushing. Well, and you know what's funny to me, because Facebook had a groups app. They had a good groups app,
it was decent,
and I used it, and it made it really easy for me to manage manage groups on my phone. And they discontinued it out of the blue, so that sucked. And now they're putting Facebook groups, and now that they said like Facebook is. So I've got a really good quote from TechCrunch, and they reviewed F8, and they said the things with Facebook, it's not the news feed. It's not the pages. These things are all things they're downvaluing. Yeah. It's not Facebook profiles. The things that are important with Facebook now are watch parties, groups. Like, how crazy is that? Watch parties and groups. So what Facebook are trying to do, and I've noticed, like, from what they're sending me just for being a group admin, they're really pushing community. And one thing they're doing is saying, we want community leaders. We want to teach you to be community leaders. Like that's kind of a big thing for them. So I think it's really interesting, this idea of like Facebook community. So that's, there was something else I wanted to say about Facebook. Oh, did you see the Secret Crush?
No, that I missed, actually.
You know, honestly, it kind of makes me glad I'm old and married. So Facebook are also putting in a new feature, and I'm not sure how this is going to work, and they're calling it Secret Crush. And what it will allow is for Facebook users to select a handful of friends who they are romantically interested in. Like, I can't see any way this can possibly go wrong at all. Those friends will be notified that an anonymous friend has liked them. If they then pick that same person for their crush list, the interest will be revealed to both parties.
Wow. They should just call it shipping.
Shipping.
That's what it is. Like, you know, some executive was like, okay, shipping is a very big thing, guys. We need to figure out to ship people on our platform. We got all the data. We can connect them together.
There should be we should make our own site and call it Shipbook.
Ship that. Yeah.
No, I said ship.
Yeah, a P. Yeah.
Book.
I heard something else too.
I know you did, but that was not what I said. That's just the accent. Hi, Beverly. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Andrew. Yay. Thank you for joining us. We're talking about F8, which is the Facebook developer conference that happened this week.
So a lot of people were tuning in, and to be honest, they could care less about what's happening with Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, WhatsApp, all that good stuff, their security updates. A lot of us consumers were more concerned about the release date for their upcoming product, the Oculus Quest.
Whoa, so talk about that.
Yes. So for those of you that don't know, Facebook owns the Oculus, which is a VR company. We've talked about it several times in this group or on the show. And so they are releasing 2 new products, VR headset products. One of them is going to be an upgrade to their Oculus Rift. It's called the Oculus S. It's got a better display, and it's supposed to have some little improvements. But the really big thing that people are really excited about is the Oculus Quest, which is it's like the Oculus Go, like I mentioned earlier. But this one is going to provide you a lot more immersion because you can actually move your head around in 3D space. You're going to have hand presence. And
I know what this means.
What?
This means you're going to be punching me in bed.
Well, actually, you have to stand.
I'm not
yeah.
Well, no. What I mean, but I feel like I need to explain myself after making such allegations towards you.
Sure, yeah,
no. What he wears. I don't know who I'm digging into a hole here. No, but okay. So he wears his VR thing in bed.
Yeah.
So he can watch whatever he's watching, I don't know, movies. Should we say?
Last night 2 nights ago I was watching Cirque du Soleil videos, music videos. So I was reliving the Volta show.
That's interesting.
It was cool. Yeah.
So you watch Cirque du Soleil in bed?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
it was a music video. It was cool.
Okay, this is me. I'm on my phone, reading Facebook, and answering questions, and I'm in bed, oh, okay, I'll answer this person. Okay,
because that's what we do.
And meanwhile, Isaac's here beside me with a mask on, tripping out, watching Cirque du Soleil, going, "Whoa, that's cool!" And I'm like, "What's he doing?" So my concern is that if you can look around more and move more, I'm gonna get whacked in the head.
This is a product you don't use in bed. I don't think you're gonna be using it. This is you need space. You're gonna be walking around. You set up a guardian system so you can walk around. And so it's
give me 1 second. The dog's sees a murderer outside.
Oh no. So I'm super excited about this. And so a lot of us that have been watching the space have been waiting for a release date. They gave us a release date for May 21st. And so I set up my pre-order and excited about it. So yeah, okay, I'm just going to ramble on about this. Oh, wait. Oh, she's coming back. Okay.
I don't know. The dog's chasing something.
I'll let her be.
Okay.
Probably saw a squirrel.
Oh. I should be very angry for a squirrel.
So people online got a little crazy on Reddit. Some dude said if it wasn't released right away, he was going to eat a sock, and the delay, the date got delayed. Mm-hmm. So he ate a sock. Posted a video of him eating a sock on Reddit.
How do you eat a sock?
It was I had to watch the video just to see how he did it. It was actually very well. He cut a little corner of a brand new sock that he bought. He chopped it up into little pieces and stuck it into a quesadilla. Cooked it and ate the quesadilla with pieces of sock in it.
I don't think that's very healthy. Is it maybe this could be? Oh my gosh! Oh, we've got to create the sock diet.
The sock diet.
I think you just found a trend. You found a zeitgeist.
Okay. This is Reddit and it's online. And when you say you're going to do something, in order to show your online cred, to show you're committed, you got to actually do it. If you say you're going to eat a sock, you got to show the world, hey, I'm going to eat a sock.
Please don't eat socks.
Yeah, and Oculus, they actually sent him a free. They said we're going to send you a free Quest, and we ask that you please do not eat a sock. We love your enthusiasm, but please don't eat the sock. Wow. He said thank you, but I'm going to eat it anyways because you got to stay true to yourself.
I'm glad they care about people. Okay, so have we got anything?
I think that's it. Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on. We had some quick cool stuff to talk. Oh gosh, look, we're using up time rapidly. Cool stuff. We had a bunch of cool stuff. Oh, this is a funny one. Let's jump over. We were talking a little bit about naughty things, so let's go back to. Sorry, guys, it takes me a moment to find things. This news story made me laugh. You told me about this.
Yes,
we laughed. So Tumblr had it encountered some issues. So Tumblr got bought by Verizon. Is that correct? Right. So Tumblr got bought.
It was owned by Yahoo.
Right.
And then Verizon bought it. Yeah.
Okay. Now the problem is that Tumblr tends to be used by a lot of young people in probably early 20s. I would say late teens, early 20s to late 20s mostly. And a lot of people on Tumblr share kind of naughty pictures and a lot of anime, hentai, kind of suggestive stuff on Tumblr. And Verizon freaked out. They basically...
what happened was Apple, because apparently there was some, in their adult area, there was some stuff that was illegal. I won't get into details. Illegal. Apple caught wind of this and they completely removed the Tumblr app from their store.
Wow,
which is pretty huge because, you know, in the digital app world, you know, Apple is like Amazon. I mean, they're huge, and to get removed from iOS platform is a big thing, especially for a large company like Tumblr.
So Tumblr kind of went the same route as Facebook and pretty much eliminated all raunchy content.
Anything close to being raunchy
even
was
female aligned nipples is a big problem. Like I don't know how you know. How do you like? It's one of those things. Female aligned nipples is an issue. So anyway, I think this is hilarious because Tumblr pretty much failed. Like after
it failed.
After all this happened, like everyone left Tumblr and went to various other platforms.
Verizon paid billions of dollars for it, and they
killed it. And
they admit it was a loss. It was a bad investment, a bad $1 billion investment.
But what is hilarious is that now Pornhub have said they're going to buy Tumblr. They're really interested in buying Tumblr. But it's actually really interesting.
And restore it to its former glory.
Well, you've got dog hair everywhere.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh, there's like a shower of dog hair. I groom that dog every day this week. And there's she's getting her summer coat. Tumblr, Pornhub. No, so there's a few interesting things we can take from that actually, without like getting too raw. You know, I'm pretty sure our neighbors think that we're recording porn. Because literally we have these umbrella lights in our in our living room and green screens and gosh, I don't know. Yeah, so Tumblr.
People think the worst on Nextdoor.
Oh my gosh. No, I'm just waiting for the post on Nextdoor. Yeah, I think my neighbors are shooting porn. They have like green screens and umbrella lights and cameras and stuff around their living room. This is so much more boring than that. So, no, I think there's a few interesting things we can take from this. One is make use of your assets.
Yes.
And not in a naughty way. See, what Pornhub have done is they have solved problems like payment processing, like advertising, like these are things, and hosting, finding hosting that's adult friendly. So as I mentioned, I do a lot of like adult books. I've started moving more into creating adult books. And one of the big problems is you can't really advertise them. Like AMS won't let you promote adult books, and
no one wants to touch it with the 10-foot pole.
And there's a lot of issues with like payment processors and things like that. And so Pornhub have actually solved all those problems. So they're actually in a really good position to sort of take Tumblr out or to buy Tumblr and use it for their own purposes. Like, I think that's actually pretty brilliant that they're looking at doing that.
That is.
I think the other thing that's kind of interesting is that a lot of like Pornhub is becoming mainstream.
Yes, it's like an acceptable. Yeah, I almost feel like it's like, I don't know. I feel like Pornhub is probably more like Playboy than Playboy. It's like Playboy from the 80s.
Right. It's kind of like Playboy was in the 80s. Like the way, like it's like you don't talk about it in an acceptable society, but you can kind of start to talk about it now. And it's like it's kind of interesting how people are getting more open online talking about things. The other thing is that I think porn sites are underutilized for advertising. Like you can advertise on like FetLife, Pornhub, all of these sites, whereas you can't advertise on mainstream like AMS. Yeah. So like, don't, if you are doing adult products, it's huge industry, huge industry. People are buying all kinds of adult products, books, videos, instructionals, everything. But if you're doing that, like, there are places to advertise. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that. Yeah,
and possibly Tumblr can be back on the market for
Yay!
putting advertisement.
Back on Tumblr. So another couple of things I've got so much. I don't think we're going to get through everything today, because
we can do
we've got things to say for next week.
Okay.
I wanted to do a quick BOLO. It's been a long time since.
What's a BOLO?
Oh gosh, and someone actually tagged me in this the other day. I think it was Jessica. I've forgotten. Sorry, Jessica, if it was you. But look, Starbucks have released. Oh gosh, they're giving me adverts now. They've released these color changing mugs for tumblers, and these are selling out literally on the day. Like, wow. You can't buy these. They're just selling out everywhere. And what they are tumblers. You get 5 of them in a pack. They have different colored lids, so you can mix and match. And when you put your drink in them, they change color. Oh, okay. And I think color change is really cool at the moment. People are really into color changing. Like, for example, I have this Urban Decay pack that's called, I think it's called Dimensions, and it's like an eyeshadow. Oh, I gotta be careful of the mirror. I don't know what's in the mirror. But there we go. It has all these different color change eyeshadows. Actually, I better stop the share so I can do that again. Let's do that while I'm not sharing. But here it is. It's basically an eyeshadow. That's funny. The green one's transparent. Yeah. But what they do is they have these cool crisscrossy lines across, and when you mix 2 of the eyeshadows together, they kind of change color or become glittery or holographic or whatever. And I think people are getting really into color change stuff, and I think it's because people our age, we kind of remember like color change pens.
I had crayons. The shirt with the hyper shirt.
Oh, the ones that show your sweat marks. Oh, yeah.
You put your hand there. Ooh, my shirt changed color. Pretty cool, huh?
Oh, gosh. I always remember like these dudes in the 90s wearing those. And you were like, oh, yeah, I can see your sweat patch. Or like they get them around their middle. Or oh, my gosh. No, thank you. No global hypercolor shirts. But no, mood rings. That's another one.
Mood rings.
People love mood rings. But think about this. Like, okay, now we have more ability to create products, sell products. What can you, I'm seeing all kinds of mood product ideas.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, I got some ideas. I don't want.
Okay, you're gonna save it.
I'm saving it. Okay. But no, so think about color change, guys. That's like in different variations, in crafts, in jewelry, in clothing, in makeup. I don't know. What else could you color change? Fridge magnets.
Okay, fridge magnets.
I don't know. Could be a thing.
I would like to change the color of my laptop every now and then.
Oh,
so I take it about. Yeah.
So maybe what about phone cases, laptop cases, iPad cases? That'd be pretty cool. Cool. I like that. Okay. So you've got your cool tea. You should talk about that briefly. Well,
I think you know more about this than I do.
I don't know anything actually. I just saw it on Facebook and I thought it was cool.
Okay, she saw an ad on Facebook and bought me some tea, and I'm still reading up on it. But one of the cool things I've never seen before in tea is that they're done in different shapes. So this is like a star. This is kind of a flower. This is a heart, and then here's kind of a little dome. Right there.
I think it's another flower.
Probably another flower. Yeah, so I don't know. You probably can't see it too well here because of the plastic. But I thought it was really cool. And there's no label on the tea because they're in little plastic bags. They came in this thing, which is kind of cool. Tea Drops.
It is the company.
Okay. But by looking at the shapes of it, you can tell which tea you are, or tea you have. So cool. Like, yeah. Although the only thing I would say is that 2 of them have a heart, so I got those 2 heart ones confused. But I thought it was really cool. I've never seen tea packaged that way.
I think what I like, so the one thing is that I think Facebook advertising really works. I buy a lot of stuff on Facebook. Like if I get a weird like advert on Facebook, I'm terrible. Actually, one of the things I do that I'm really bad for clothes, if I get like a Facebook ad for clothes, I always do a reverse Google image search. And I go, Oh, okay. That's because they're always from Alibaba,
right.
So you just do a reverse Google image search, and then you go and find it on either Amazon or AliExpress, and you can almost always find it. Like,
and what is the quickest way to do a Google reverse image search?
You right click on the image, and it says search Google for image.
Boom.
And that's it. Just do, like, if you see a Facebook ad for clothes that you like, just right click it and go find it somewhere cheap. That's what
that's a great tip.
I'm bad. I'm really bad. But I feel bad because we've got a lot of sellers who are like, but yeah, honestly, they're all just selling Alibaba stuff. So maybe don't sell Alibaba stuff and rely on that if that's your thing. But no, I think brands advertising on Facebook is just, I buy a lot of sample packs.
Yeah.
And so what I like about that was a sample pack.
Mm-hmm.
I tend to buy a lot of sample packs for things like perfumes because I love trying weird perfumes. I love trying teas or like candy or anything that's like, I'm terrible. I got those like paleo gross, like they were gluten-free like cookies, and I just try stuff. So I think Facebook's really good for that. And I think samples on Facebook, like cheap sample packs, are a great way to get people hooked on your brand. Yeah. And I think the more that's unique about your brand, the better. Like call it like alien tea and have it like in an alien box or something. Like people will buy it just because it's
like a
cool
little
gift.
Spaceship.
Yeah,
right. That'd be pretty cool. Loose leaf.
We should make spaceship tea.
I want alien tea. Yeah,
let's do this. I think this is our next project. Okay, so spaceship tea.
It's out of this world.
What else do I want to talk about? Oh, I wanted to mention. We haven't had our big debate, and we've got 2 minutes left.
Uh-oh.
Okay, let's do our big debate really quick.
Okay.
The big debate this week is oh my gosh, are vowels even necessary? let me
for 2019. You want to explain this a little bit?
What are vowels even necessary? So as we are taught at school, let me close some tabs. Close the tabs, woman. There we go. As we are taught at school, there are vowels and there are consonants.
Mm-hmm.
But like everyone's kind of dropping vowels. Like this guy, right? We saw this guy. He was actually really
he's really good. Yeah, he put on a great show.
We saw him. He was supporting Robert DeLong, and he's called Morgan, but like it looks like Morgan. But he does that song. What has it go? Ride home to the place where I belong. There's nothing like it. That song. Mm-hmm. Can't describe. Anyway.
The lighter for
hold up the lighter for my. Thank
you for that.
Thank you. I'm turning into Madison.
I would have joined you, but I didn't.
I know. Why didn't you join me? You could have done some harmonies.
So I could be the guy that claps.
Right. Okay. Great. Anyway, you know the guy. He sings that song. And oh my gosh, he was hilarious. He was pretty funny. He was wearing like cool white bondage trousers and trying to dance in them.
Oh yeah, he could spread his legs right all the way because of his bondage. That's right.
If you're gonna dance, just leave the bondage trousers at home. Like I've learned this. I'm old. I've been around the goth scene. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, but look, he does this cool X thing, and I think it's kind of like like the Latinx.
Yeah.
So there's like a thing of like if you're talking about people and you're being gender non-specific.
Yeah.
Instead of having Latina, Latino, you have Latinx, which I think is pretty cool. The other band that does this, Churches.
Yes.
You love Churches.
Yes,
they're like one of your
they're
favorite
a great
bands.
band. We saw them live. It was a really fun show. So what they did was they're called Churches, but they replaced the U with the V. And according to their Wikipedia page, they did that so people can easily find them on Google.
Boom.
And that's the reason
why things are so it's kind of funny because I feel like a lot of this came from like originally and you look at sites like Tumblr. So Tumblr doesn't have the E, it's just TUMBLR. And then you have like Grindr, Tinder, all of these sites that don't have the E in. And a lot of people, and the other one is people tend to take out, like if you have creative, you have CREATV. And you just drop the I and the E altogether. And I think this is kind of a neat idea of like, now, okay, it's funny because I'm kind of like a spelling and grammar Nazi.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty bad. I'm like, why can't people spell things correctly? I hate like the U and the text speak. But I do feel I'm softening up a bit. And I kind of get why people need to do this now. Because you need to be found in search engines. So like creative spelling is kind of important when you're trying to be found in search engines. So yeah.
And also, if you're looking for a domain name, it's kind of a pain if you're just using regular words. So if you like kind of switch out the vowels a little bit, or play with the words a bit, it's easier to find a decent domain.
Well, the other thing that's cool with domains now is that there's so many top level domains that are actually like, we have tangent.rocks.
Yeah.
So it's like you don't even need the .com now. You can use .us or .rocks or like all kinds of things like that.
Yeah.
I just want to give a quick hi to 3C, to Lissa, to Lance, to Girls Flip Out. So hi to everyone who just joined us. We should be done by now, but we're just rambling so much. That, oh my gosh, I still have so many other things to talk about. Guys, if you are in our KDP group, we put a bunch of content in there today. I uploaded 2 files that were actually comments or posts that I've made in the last week or 2 that people have just been like, can you save this somewhere? Can you put this somewhere? So I uploaded 2 files today. One was about whether selling in volume is the best approach on KDP. I'm guessing you can probably imagine my response to that, but I go into a lot of detail. So do check the files section in the KDP group for that one. What was the other file I did? I did another file about, Zeitgeists. Oh my gosh. Honestly, I kind of wish I'd made a video about this. Maybe I might do a video on it. But I went through a process for finding a zeitgeist, for connecting with a zeitgeist. And I think, someone says our video is blurred. I'm sorry that our video is blurred. Let me stop sharing and hopefully you can see it okay. But I kind of did a really long article in our KDP group about being sensitive to the zeitgeist. And one of the things, oh no, Beverly says it's blurred too. Let me have a look. Let's take a look at, it looks okay on our YouTube. I don't know.
It might be a connection issue.
It may have been because we were sharing from Facebook. There we go. Okay. What was I talking about? I was talking about Zeitgeist. Oh yeah. So what I did, I got a BuzzFeed article. In fact, I can just share this quick. We can keep talking. Everyone's like, keep talking. So I'm going to share this, what I did. So I went to BuzzFeed, and what I did, I found this particular article, and it's called 33 Brides Who Broke Traditional Wedding Rules in the Coolest Ways Ever. And what I did was I kind of broke each one down and said, well, what does this indicate about the zeitgeist? And the zeitgeist is, if you're not familiar with the word zeitgeist is like the current vibe, the current feel, the spirit of society that shows up in smaller subsections and smaller categories. So like what you can, and it's funny because the improv guy the other day, he said something cool. He said, how you do one thing is how you do everything. And I think this kind of relates to the idea of zeitgeist. Like the themes you see showing up in weddings, for example, may show up in other places.
Yeah.
So what I did was I looked through this and I kind of picked out a theme for each of the articles in this BuzzFeed list. So this lady said she broke the rules on her wedding by wearing a jumpsuit she found on ASOS. So one thing that says to me is individuality. People want to break tradition. They want to wear what they like.
I do what I want.
Yeah. Also jumpsuits. Also putting value on saving money rather than spending a lot of money on a wedding dress. I love this one. These people said they walked down the aisle together. They're making the biggest commitment of their lives, and they wanted to walk into that supporting each other. And funnily enough, number 10 was like this. This lady, I slept next to my husband the night before our wedding. I stayed with him the day of. Having my best friend next to me the whole time made it so much better for me. So when I look at these different things, I start seeing these connecting themes, this idea that husband and wife are best friends. And I think particularly in this day and age when people tend to be maybe a bit more isolated from their family or their parents, they've moved away, you have a different relationship with your husband. And in old days, when you might be like, oh, I must sort of like show up in a nice wedding dress and he can't see it and I must keep all these secrets. I think a lot of people nowadays are like, yeah, I don't really want to keep any secrets. I want to do this together, or I want to do this ungendered. So my suggestion, so I kind of went through this list and I said, well, then pick out the zeitgeist. What's the zeitgeist? Okay, your husband's your best friend. You don't want to keep secrets. So what about making a wedding planner on that theme, the supportive couple? And instead of having like gendered stuff, like the bride's father walks her down the aisle, you walk down the aisle together and you put a focus on that. So maybe you could have a page in your planner on like the wedding march what you'll both be wearing or what you'll both be doing, or whether you'll have specific music for that. Like if we had this supportive couple wedding planner, instead of having like she takes the husband's name, it's like maybe you could have cool ways to double barrel your names. Like I've never come up with anything for us. So it's like shell gone. No, it doesn't. Shell let's. Yeah, we should do that.
Wow.
Okay, we should change our names. That's gonna work. Wow. That's not gonna.
I'm totally not cringing.
Why are you cringe?
Oh yeah.
Why you cringe?
Yeah.
But what you can do. The point of what I'm saying is go through information. When you see like information from a lot of people, take your kind of emotional brain out of it, get your analytical brain on, and go through the points and write down, what does this indicate? Like I don't know, we didn't have a live band or DJ. We had my wife's brother with a Spotify playlist. Like, okay, playlists, we keep talking about playlists are huge. I don't know, maybe you could talk about a family wedding. What if everyone in the family plays a part in the wedding?
Yeah.
And the cool thing is, as I say, you can apply, once you start spotting like signs of a zeitgeist or a vibe or a theme, you can apply that to everything. So like one example I said is like, if you have the supportive couple and you focus on this idea of husband and wife as best friends, instead of being slightly different beings or slightly different species, you can apply that to other things, because you could have the supportive couple's birth plan. Oh, yeah. And I think like that's another indication of like where couples kind of want to be like, oh my gosh, couples who go, we are pregnant. Okay, if we ever have a kid and you say we are pregnant, I will like smack you.
Wow.
Well, I won't smack you. I love you very much.
She is with child, right?
I'm not with child. Oh my God, don't start rumors. I'm not with child. I got three of them.
No, we're good.
But you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like you can bring talking of children, there's one right there. No, but you can apply the zeitgeist to all kinds of other things. Like if you do the supportive couples, you can have supportive couples, anything that can become your brand. Like you can build a whole business, a whole product range around the concept of supportive couple or best friend couple or marrying my best friend, and having this non-traditional approach to things. Now the other half of this, or the other side of the coin, is counter trends. And I love counter trends. If there's a trend that you hate or that's annoying you, do a counter trend. Like I feel for me, like stay in your lane, right? That's a big trend. Right. People are like, no, stay in your lane. Okay, you must focus and stay in your lane. I'd be like, no, I'm going to do my like book and my planner for people who will never stay in their lane. They're going to be in a new lane every week. They're going to try something new every week. Don't stay in your lane. Drive in all the lanes. Because why not?
Right. And then the counter trend would be to write a book that says you need to stay more in your lane.
Stay more in your lane.
Your lane needs to get smaller. You need to focus, and you need to decide who you are and where is your place in society.
You know, people get so caught up in like, oh, I must like be true to my, and like, I don't know. Just if you have an idea, try it. Like, and you don't have like, if just because something's a trend, you can have any opinion on it. Like something being a trend doesn't mean you have to like it. It just means that you're engaging with it in some way. You can engage in it positively. You can engage in it critically. Just use that trend.
It's like the past week, you had two types of people: those that watch Game of Thrones and those that don't.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, no, that's well. It's true, I won't even mention it because, like, okay, so there's people who love Game of Thrones. Yay, awesome. There's people who don't watch it. But like people get mad. They were like, yeah, people who, someone said it, I can't remember who, I think it might have been Amy or someone, said people who brag about not watching Game of Thrones are like vegans. I thought that was really funny. It's like, we've got a great thread in KDP at the moment about slang. And the phrase we were all laughing at was weird flex bro, but okay.
Wait, what?
Oh, okay. So, like, this is what the kids say these days. The kids are all about the word flex.
No, I get it. Yeah,
and so you say, like, if someone's bragging about something, you're like, oh, that's, yeah, he's flexing. Check out my flex. Right. Like, I think internet marketers. Oh, hey, guys, I don't want to brag, but I just made 10 grand yesterday.
It's like when you run a Facebook group and you get these people coming in and they try to peacock.
Oh,
right, so they want to, look how great I am. Look how they're just marketing themselves for something, whatever they're dumb thing they're going to do.
You hate marketing. You are in marketing. You hate marketing. Oh my gosh. Mary says Game of Thrones is epic.
Okay,
we're missing out.
I haven't seen an episode, but I'm not one of those people. We just don't have HBO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deborah Schmidt says you should drive in South America. Lanes are not very important.
I've heard a lot of other countries are like that.
I'm British. I still can't remember what lane to drive in. So
one may say the same's true in Mira Mesa.
Oh, that's where we live. It's pretty wacky. Anyway, what was I saying? We were talking about staying in your lane, and I forgot what I was saying. I was talking about something. We were talking about Zeitgeists and I don't know.
Two types of
people. Oh wait. Oh yeah, the vegans and the Game of Thrones and I don't know. I think
you got Endgame, right? That's the big one everyone's seen.
Oh yeah,
the biggest movie ever. We still haven't seen that yet, but yeah.
Okay, so I think we pretty much covered everything.
Awesome.
We talked about. So what did we do? We announced the A4 tangent templates now has A4 for all standard templates, and we're working on a lot more.
Just one of many updates.
Expect good things for tangent templates. If you haven't got it yet, check it out because it's the best thing for KDP. It will help you make books fast. Like even if you want to make content books or you want to put more in your books, tangent templates gives you a great start because what you can do is generate a template in any trim size. It works out all the bleed or the margins for you. You can then pull that into InDesign, Illustrator, Canva, PowerPoint, maybe not Canva, I don't know, PowerPoint, Keynote. I love Keynote. That's what I tend to use to make a lot of books. You can pull it into any of those, edit them, and there was a great.
Someone mentioned, I can't remember who, about an app that can convert PDFs into PowerPoints.
Oh yeah, I can't remember the name of it. So that was pretty cool.
I'll have to do some research on that. So and maybe that'll be next.
So if you're not in the group, come and join us. It's facebook.com/group/Amazon Create Space. Okay, so but it is about KDP. Okay, we talked about the Zeitgeist just now. Our big debate was on our vowels even necessary. On niche hunting, we talked about Flipboard. So that was fun. We looked at how to create magazines on Flipboard, how you can use it to gain followers, and how you can use it to find cool niches and really drill down on it. Thank you, Mary. She says tangent templates is the best investment you can make. 3C asked what size is A4?
That is, I should know this off the top of my head. My brain, the 8.27 by 11.69.
Okay, so it's almost US letter size, but it's slightly
it's a little bit thinner and it's more wider. I should know this off the top of my head.
Says it was I Love PDF. Is it I Love PDF or I don't
no, it's another one. I will.
I Love PDF is good though.
I'll post it in the comments in the thread, and I want to give a shout out to the person who did it too.
Cool. Okay.
Who gave us the link?
We BOLO'd Starbucks tumblers, color change tumblers. We talked about color change. We talked about Pornhub buying out Tumblr. And we talked a lot about the F8 Facebook Developers Conference and the new Oculus VR that's coming out.
I'm super excited about.
Lots to watch out for there. Guys, we are working as hard as we can on tangent templates on the group. We appreciate all the nice things you have said, all the suggestions you've been sending us. We welcome your suggestions. We are working as hard as we can to put as many of them in as possible. It is a big task. It's a big list, but we're on it. And Isaac's a genius. So yay. Okay.
And thank you everyone for the feedback. You guys have been awesome. I'm so happy with the community.
Oh, and a huge congratulations to Kiara Shea. I will message you. So, yay. And Beverly says tangent template saves unbelievable time to make sure you get the sizes right. A great tool. Yeah, honestly, that's one of the main things I use it for now. Like if I'm creating my own books and I'm doing it in Keynote, I just go to tangent templates to get the sizes so that I can create my page correctly. So I don't get rejected by having like wonky margins or anything like that. And I like the listing helper. It's pretty cool. You fill out your information in listing help. I use the category browser to find my categories. I use the price checker to figure out how much I'm going to price my books at. So tangent templates does way more than just interiors. Like it does a whole bunch of things. And we are working on adding more and more and more to it because we think it's awesome and we're very proud of it. And we love KDP. We are working hard on KDP as well. All right, guys, we have enjoyed talking to you. I hope you've enjoyed the show. We have overrun like crazy, but it's fun. We hope you enjoyed Tangent Show. We hope you'll come and join us in our group. And we hope you have an amazing, amazing weekend. Oh, Lance says he loves the listing helper and has used it so much this week. Thank you so much, Lance. Thank you, everyone. We love you guys. Have a great weekend. All right, bye.